Hello, Netrunners. Here's Krystian from Teamworkcast.
And this is Nick from Teamworkcast?
Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. Let's check. This is Netrunner with Teamworkcast. This is yet another game from Hiveworld in Cologne. This is yet another game, a night, a tournament.
I see some alternate art going on here.
There is some alternate art. Kate going on. My opponent this time around is Alex. He's playing alternate art Kate, and I'm playing Black Tree Jinteki, which we just saw me playing against Gerion. This is on the most recent tournament, so I guess this is the 28th of June.
What kind of money is he using? What is that?
He's using the Team Covenant tokens.
Oh, okay.
Which is quite rare because you remember we are in Germany, so all of those token producers are abroad, overseas.
I should send you my broken egg counter set. You can be the most unique guy at the table.
Broken egg are actually easier to get because there are some manufacturers who import them, but Team Covenant is like a very tiny shop that just exists in one place and they don't export to anything else. Also, I could also get Litco tokens because Litco tokens are nice, but they're so tiny. I don't know.
Move to Germany, Team Covenant.
Yeah, come on, and become like I don't know what's Covenant in German. Anyway, moving on. What I wanted to say. So Alex is actually a very experienced player, and I was quite intimidated playing against him. He got actually a bye in the first round because we were an uneven amount of players. But he probably would have won anyway. And I already played Alex once back in one of our very first videos in Würfelkiste.
Was he the one that started to get kind of annoyed at the end because we were taking too long and you got super nervous?
No. He's always so nice and polite.
Okay.
Although he's quite, how to say it, direct, motivated, something like this. So he is here to win, certainly, but he's very nice as well.
In America, we may call that German.
I guess you could say that. And of course, our ability is Kate ability is that the first thing she installs every turn is one credit cheaper. My ability is as a Jinteki. Every time somebody scores an agenda, I make a net damage. So I ice up something I install in the server, and I ice up R&D. I don't ice up HQ because he's a shaper, and I'm thinking, who plays account siphon and shaper, right? Right?
You're daring him. You're holding three snares. All of them are in your hand.
Well, if he account siphons me, then those red herrings won't do me any good.
Oh, that's true.
So he gets out a clone chip and a self-modifying code, runs on HQ. Waymate runs on R&D. Not sure. No, he runs on HQ. And then he finds... Of course, he finds an agenda. It is clone retirement, and I hate when people score clone retirement because it gives me a bad publicity. And I flirted with bad publicity, but Jinteki Black Tree is really not a good place to have bad publicity, and you really want to tax the player a little bit.
Why?
Bad publicity.
I want to know why. Oh, okay, never mind. I know why now.
So, but now that it's my turn again, I score House of Knives, and House of Knives is really an important agenda to score for me because now I can do net damage whenever he runs on something.
You've redeemed yourself.
Yes, I did well. And then he quality times. He just has a good old quality time. He even has to look up House of Knives. How weird!
He's an experienced player, right?
He's an experienced player. He should be able to know House of Knives.
It's a newer card, though, I thought.
That's true.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Come on.
Let's. Also, he has a pretty sweet bad publicity token there. Man, they're so tasty. I want to eat them. It looks like candy.
All of his things look like candy. All I can think about is Grave of Fireflies.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Now you made me sad inside. I have to cry when I see this movie every time.
I've been trying to get Kristen to watch it for forever, but I think I'm selling it to her wrong because I'm saying, Kristen, let's watch the saddest movie ever made.
Yeah, it is the saddest movie ever made. Only maybe surpassed by something like, I don't know, Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, man, that movie's just disturbing.
Yeah, that's just soul crushing. All right, he does a lucky find, and I think he discards Blastcrete.
But Requiem for a Dream is what I think happens when you suffer brain damage in the Matrix, or whatever they call it in Netrunner.
That's entirely possible. So let's see if I can get some brain damage done in this round. My HQ is still wide open. I decide to install a card in that server.
And get some cash. Cold, hard currency.
Yeah, don't even care about HQ, run on my HQ, whatever.
He's still holding those 3 snares. Somehow he got around them the last time.
4 credits, I can definitely fire a snare if I have to. And with House of Knights, that will actually be then 4 net damage. Ouch, I can even kill him with that. Alright, indexing.
Oh, no.
I don't res the thing. I don't res the eyes. I give him the cards, he is able to access, not access, but look at 5 cards on top of my R&D. And he can rearrange it in any order he wishes to. He can even make, I don't know, floral patterns out of them. But he has to put them back on R&D again. Alright. Apparently it gives him some pause, what he saw there. This is disturbing. It's
that moment in 2001. It's full of snares.
Man, you just gave me a great idea for a mat. Oh, yes. So he runs again, and I'm thinking maybe I should res. I know that he, if it's an agenda, then he will get net damage, but I'm not. I'm just. Get another one! What? There's just one agenda in my entire deck which I don't want the runner to score, and he scored just 2 of them. Well, too bad publicity. We have to live with this somehow.
I'm glad that you're showing an example of everything that could possibly go wrong.
Yeah, well, this could be worse. It will be worse.
I feel like I need to knock on a table.
Yeah. You know what would be really funny if he turns around because maybe a card fell down on the floor and he goes up and is like, wait a minute, didn't I have 2 bad publicity? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. You know. Nick.
I was letting you hang on that one.
Thanks. Thanks. I appreciate. All right. I don't know what I just did there. Oh, I scored an agenda and I did not 1 net damage. So I'm up at 3 points, I think. Not sure if House of Knights is 2 or 1 point. Forgot.
It looks like 1.
I think it's 1. It's Philotic Entanglement. That one is 2 points. This is a good agendas. He gets out a Data Sucker. Yes. Suck on this, Data Sucker.
It will. Don't tempt it. Don't tempt it, Frodo.
All right. He accesses my HQ and he sees a chum. I do have ice. I just don't install it yet. I guess installing chum as the last ice doesn't make much sense. You want to say something?
I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh gosh.
You're writing too much fan fiction.
Oh man. Today I was asking people talking about Netrunner on Twitter whether or not Wizard and Andromeda had a kid.
Do you know that Wizard is actually designed by one of the designers of Fantasy Flight?
Really?
Yeah.
That's fun. He looks kind of like a cross between John Kovalik and somebody else.
Who's John Kovalik?
The Dork Tower guy.
Oh, all right. Man, look at this! Look at this!
What was that new mistake?
Look
flipping your ice over, man.
So he wanted to run R&D, but I understand him that he wanted to run HQ. So I already rest the ice, but then it turns out to be whatever. He now knows what ice is there. Very bad for me. But yeah, he
Ooh.
runs on R&D and...
You got out the AR5 levy, whatever.
And then I...
Really? Oh, God.
Alright, he scores a Fetal AI and I do 3 more net damage. So yeah, I did a lot of net damage to him. I'm happy with that, but of course he's up to 4 points. Really not something we want to see right now.
No kidding. My goodness.
And of course, with the bad publicity, he can pay for the Fetal AI with bad publicity. That's why I don't want to see bad publicity. I want him to pay the iron price for everything.
You know, the last time we saw you play this deck, you made him pay the iron price for literally everything. At this point, he's just walking into your castle going, I'm going to take that tapestry over there.
Yeah, that's definitely what he's doing, but not anymore, because there's a new ice in front of R&D. Maybe one that I can actually res.
Ooh. Oh man, he's got another strange
Mixing pattern.
waiting for the player to go thinking move. I can't remember words right now.
Shuffling move. You mean
Nervous twitch? Yeah.
Yeah, nervous twitch. Yeah.
There we go.
You know what's the worst? I'm actually starting to acquire one myself.
What is it?
Well, shuffling your cards around.
Oh man, I just put my cards down and fold my hands and look impatient.
We see a second clone chip.
Many clone chips.
And there's a lot of breakers like admin and stuff like that in library, in the archives. I show him my cards and he's like, "Man, do it again. I already saw them. You held them too high. You have to be careful there."
A giraffe.
There is a giraffe on my hand. There is in fact a celebrity gift on my hand, which I will use to get a filthy amount of money
Someday.
But first, I'm thinking. Getting a card through a mandatory draw.
I do like that alt art cape over there.
She's good. She looks very creative. Like painting.
Painting with sparks.
With mind bullets. Uh-oh. So I do something which I usually don't do, which is I show him my entire hand, including Scorched Earth, which I have in this deck. The reason why I show my Scorched Earth is because I was like sleeving my deck, and I think he saw the Scorched Earth while I was sleeving my deck accidentally. So I was like, all right, no reason to. I
don't know if I would have admitted that. I think I would have said I showed him the Scorched Earth because I wanted to install an agenda in a different place and him know that I could get him.
Well, showing it is also good because he is kind of like challenged to maybe get out a Plascrete and stuff like that. He already discarded a Plascrete.
Yeah.
So maybe it's my way of saying him, maybe you should have not done that.
Just say mind games. Mind games. Never admit to mistakes. Come on.
People will point them out anyway.
Yeah.
In the comments, right? All right. So also he had the prepaid voice pad installed there. So prepaid voice pads, new meta.
Apparently so.
I was the first. Well, I wasn't the first. I was the second, maybe. But I was one of the trailblazers there. I tell you, man.
I liked prepaid voice pads when they were not prepaid voice pads.
Before they were cool. Probably never heard about this card. It's called prepaid voice pad.
Oh,
R&D dirty laundry. I res the Komainu.
I'm gonna get you.
He clone chips. Parasite on there.
Of course.
Of course he does. Of course, my horse.
So wait, it doesn't start with one token on it.
No, but he used a data sucker token to
okay.
So he accesses a card from R&D, which don't mind too much, to be perfectly honest. Let him access my cards, he will just see another snare, I tell you, because we've seen so many agendas already. There is not too many agendas left in my deck. Okay, there are some agendas left, but not awful huge amount. He discards a lot of things.
You've made him discard a lot of things too, though.
That's true. But on the other hand, he has his third clone ship out here, so he can get all those things back. Another celebrity gift, why not? Because I already did one, so, not much change anyway. I still holding on to the Scorched Earth. I have a shock on there.
Mm-hmm.
And an ice, which I think is still a chum. I still have the chum. I love chum. Chum is such good ice.
Chum?
Yeah, a chum is a code gauge that is strength 4, but it's just 1 to res it.
And the next piece of ice has a +2 strength, 2/3 knife damage on that piece of ice. I need to put that into my Wotan deck. Oh,
that's really good. Yeah, it's a very cheap way of making the runner pay a lot, and also great against those kinds of runners who use like Parasite, because I think when you Parasite the ice, you still not satisfy the condition of chum, which is breaking the routines.
So yeah. A Parasite is very frustrating.
Or it also doesn't work when you how do you call it? Femme fatale, the ice behind the chum.
Uh-huh.
So you get the 3 dent damage even though you skip the ice. Super good. So many cool tricks. Chum in front of Toll Booth, for example. Man, there's just not a good way to deal with that. Alright, he gets another prepaid iPad. Do you think in the Netrunner universe people think about Steve Jobs?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Do you think there is still the Windows versus Apple animosity, or is there?
I think that Linux and Apple joined forces, and it's just called AppLinks. And then Windows. Windows and Android also joined forces, so now it's just called Andros. Windroid.
Actually, they became the Bioroids.
Yeah.
Because if you click long enough at them, they eventually go away. Alright, I'm installing a card in that server.
Not ground.
HQ currently, R&D currently unprotected, but I don't even care. I even give him some money with a medical research fundraiser. So look at me, how much money I have as Jinteki. There were times when Jinteki had money problems. Look at me, I'm filthy rich. 23 money, I can res anything. I even have just 2 eyes. I probably can res both of eyes and still have money left.
I'm telling you, a rich Jinteki is a danger.
But Alex is smart, he gets out a Deus Ex, so I will have troubles killing him. He runs on something, I do the House of Knives damage. Oh, he runs on HQ. House of Knives damage, and he sees a card, but it's nothing important. Mandatory draw! And 2 eyes in front of R&D. We gotta stop this R&D shenanigans.
These R&D shenanigans are getting out of hand. I would agree. I think you need to start rezzing ice. You haven't rezzed... I guess you rezzed 1 ice at one point. Maybe.
I rezzed...
Komainu.
Yeah, Komainu, and he already destroyed it, so now I'm a little grumpy about this.
Whatever, I'm not gonna res anything.
It's my doggy! You killed my doggy with a parasite. He has a lucky find. Look at the heap of money he has there. Tournament winning player, not very organized there. Shots fired.
I have a feeling you're throwing out some bones here.
Yeah, maybe that's how he wins. He confuses his enemies about the number of tokens he has.
Yeah. That's a superior strategy. Misdirection. I think that's in the Book of War, right? The 5 rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the other hand, look at my area there. Everything is in perfect view.
Neat and tidy.
Medical research fundraiser again, because I don't have enough money.
Because
we both don't have enough money, obviously.
How could you have a medical fundraiser? Kate's not even supposed to be there.
Yeah, Andromeda is there, and Sterling is there.
Yeah, so you can't have
Kate?
No, she's not there. Not invited.
Oh, look, he runs on R&D. There's a chum there. He doesn't know what to do now. We continue. It's a Tsurugi! Oh, my new favorite ice, Tsurugi.
Tsurugi.
So he doesn't know how to deal with this.
Have you actually stopped him?
If he parasites Tsurugi, he will get 3 net damage from Chum.
Mm-hmm. And does he have 3 cards? Oh yeah, he's got more than 3 cards.
Yeah, he can survive this, but it's kind of like very, very inconvenient for him right now. I'm doing net damage anyway, and I also have like a House of Knives token still left.
Mm-hmm.
He can break the Tsurugi with Deus Ex though. Because it's AP and personal.
And a plane.
Not exactly sure what's going on there.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of discussion going on here.
There we go. There we go. He said something and I was like, oh, what? And then he has to like play it out for me so I understand. So he used the... that's weird. He could have used... Alright, I guess he didn't think that through. He parasited the Tsurugi, got the 3 net damage and prevented the 3 net damage with Deus Ex.
So you got rid of a lot of stuff and all you did is lose 1.
But I think he could have like broken Tsurugi with Deus Ex and that would have been everything. So he could have saved... yeah, that's all. Tsurugi's AP. He could have just broken all subroutines of Tsurugi with Deus Ex. So he runs on HQ and he finds that card again.
So, do you still...
Yes.
Oh, there's I was just about to ask about your click counters, because I didn't see you keep track of them this turn.
Yeah, I'm kind of slacking off on my discipline there. Usually the white ones I use for the runner and the black ones for the corporation. But for corporation, it's often like you plan your entire round in your head, so you don't have to keep track of the clicks so much. Scoring another agenda there, another brain trust. I'm up to 5 points now.
Ooh.
Sweet, doing another net damage there. There we go. Sniper.
I'm reaching in and taking that die from you. Trust in yourself, Krystian. Trust in yourself.
One more agenda. And I won the game. Doesn't matter if the die is there or not. The die did well.
Did it do well? Or was it you doing well?
Oh man, he scores another...
Oh
no! He scores another Fetally Eye, of course, a lot of damage to him. I cannot use the House of Nice tokens now. Wow, look at this. Woohoo! Escher, what was there? Edman and I think Lucky Find. So yeah, good discard there. Of course, now Chum on R&D doesn't do much because it's at the bottom of the thing, at the bottom, so I can just completely trash it and install something else there. What will it be? I don't know. And I'm icing up a server. And
that is a lot of ice.
And I'm installing a card. I'm just going like a...
It's a lot of ice for a snare.
Oh, do you think the snare interesting? Interesting, Nick. But I iced it up, man. I iced it up.
You're icing it up, bro. I'm icing it up.
Can't get it. How can you get in there? It's impossible.
Impossible.
Impossible. Alex thinking a lot. He clone chips something. Deus Ex. Alright, same old thing. Going through his archives, his discard pile. Ah yeah, same old things. The Levi RR lab. Getting 5 new cards. So restarting his game, so to speak. Shuffling all of his used cards back into his stack. If that's an agenda, I might win.
I'm rooting for you. I'm actually
But
rooting for you.
He still has 1 click. Maybe he will run on last click. Will he run on last click, do you think?
He should run on last click, but it looks like he's just drawing a card. Oh, he ran!
Does!
Oh!
If that's a snare, he will get... Alright, so I had res a chum. Again, this chum. Ugh! Not really prepared for this.
Where's the
And then I res a Enigma. He self-modifying codes. He didn't break the chum. He self-modifying codes a admin, puts it at strength 3, I assume. Oh no, he puts it at strength 0, and he uses 2 data sucker tokens to break through Enigma. Oh no, wait a minute. But Enigma got more strength from the chum, so I guess he puts it at strength 2 and adds 2 data sucker tokens. And that's, of course, a shock. Ha ha!
Admin,
And
no!
I'm sniping a second admin from his hand. And now he is like, and I was assuming he wanted to trash it, and he's like, no, man, it stays in here.
Oh, man.
I want you to physically kill this shock. Put it down. But that's the beauty of shock, Nick.
I am shocked.
Because unlike snare, a shock. If you if a schnock fires or doesn't fire, if you have to trash the schnock, you are still doing some. You kind of want it to end up in archives eventually. And with a snare, it's like an archive. It doesn't do you any good.
So what you're saying is, if a shock triggers in the woods and nobody's around to get trapped into it, it just resets and waits for more.
That's what I'm saying. Wow, that's very zen of you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I will able to mini golf so much better.
I was thinking about bowling.
All right, so I'm installing ice in front of R&D, and Alex gets out another clone chip, and he also has a chip there, what Akamatsu mem chip.
Wow.
So his rig is growing stronger. Stronger than yesterday.
I feel like the soundtrack to Top Gun should have been playing the entire match.
Maybe. Do you think at some point, like, Justin Bieber will be classic?
I really hope not, but I mean, Metallica is classic rock now.
Like, Backstreet Boys are pretty popular now.
Yeah.
Alright, so he indexes me.
Britney Spears.
Shudder. I don't rest. I remember this. This is actually a difficult situation for me. I'm thinking about how to pull this off.
Alex is channeling Britney Spears.
I'm getting 5 cards, not sure what to do now.
He's working it, bitch.
I'm saying I don't press anything, but I'm saying, wait a minute, we're gonna take this back. This can't work this way. Look at me, thinking things through.
I think that you should let him go through so that he can index all of the cards, and then you should res all of the ice.
All right,
because
I decided to take it back. I res a swordsman.
Swordsman. Nice.
Swordsman cannot be broken with admin, which he already has. And if swordsman fires, admin gets trashed. Difficult situation for him. He didn't expect that, I would assume.
Nobody expects the swordsman.
Yeah, not many people say play swordsman. I think in our videos we only had swordsmen once. Admin gets trashed. I do 1 net damage with swordsman.
Ooh, Diesel, no!
Now he gets to access those cards.
Vin.
If he finds a 2-point agenda in there, is that 2 point he needs? Oh, he just needs 1 point agenda. Then he wins the game. He does have lots of money, and he has a clone chip, so he can get the admin back if he needs him. Run. And it is a Komainu!
Komainu.
So yeah, he used the clone chip to get out a self-modifying code. To use the self-modifying code to play a parasite on this.
Man. Parasite is too good. Nerf Parasite.
Yeah, parasited away my Komainu. Sadly, another dog put down. Now I'm doing 1 damage through Swordsman. I'm doing 1 damage through, I assume, through House of Knives. Down to 3, and he accesses the agenda. Sadly, nothing that does damage to him. Of course, the agenda couldn't stop him there. Very, very strong play from Alex there.
That was good play. That's a good game, though. You've definitely improved. I mean, at the very start of your matches, you were paralyzed with fear. Now look at you.
Yeah. I've come a long way, baby, but not long enough to beat Alex yet. Of course, Alex, again, I think he won one of the Kronos Protocol tournaments, or even the regionals. I don't know exactly sure which one.
Well, that's pretty good.
But he's definitely always up there. So it's no shame losing against him. And we still have a second game. Ooh. Let's see how that goes.
Can your black tree Jinteki stop his... Or can his white tree Jinteki?
Oh, so you already looked ahead. You know that is white tree.
Well, it's. I've foretold this. The Oracle has helped me.
The Oracle. So maybe you should get into Oracle May is becoming very popular right now, Nick.
I was playing Oracle May because I thought it was a great addition to a Professor deck that had a billion different types of cards in it.
Yeah. Or you can just have a Professor deck just with programs.
Yeah. Oh man, think about it.
Draw all those programs
and get
all the monies.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it and I'm salivating.
While we've been playing this game, I have completely redone Lord of the Ice deck. I'm excited. I've incorporated Chum, and I've rebalanced my distribution of agenda points. I'm excited.
Lord of Ice is coming back.
Wotan. Lord of the Ice.
I really want to see you play Wotan in real life. If you play Wotan in real life, I want you to... Yeah, and I want you to install a second camera that shows the face of your opponent to capture that beautiful moment.
That would be good.
The Wotan moment.
Most of the time it would just be like, what?
Yeah, exactly that kind of face. Like turning around is like, is that some kind of joke? Am I on camera? Oh yes, I am on camera actually.
Don't make
So we're
fun
both
of me.
shuffling our. We're both shuffling now. Come on, Nick. I'm just. I'm really excited that you are so excited about. Actually, the current deck I'm gonna play in this Thursday actually has the Wotan agenda.
The Wotan agenda is pretty great. I want to have a whole like metal deck where you've got Director Haas and Wotan, and then the pre-Wotan event, and then Wotan appears, and I just want to
Wow.
play it all out and just have live scripted fan fiction throughout my game.
Oh man, that would be the best.
Yes.
We should get onto this. All right, so this is the second game. This is Andromeda on my side, and of course Jinteki replicating perfection. White tree, also known as white tree. So the deal is Andromeda starts with 9 cards, and replicating perfection. Well, it's a bit complicated. You have to make a run on a central server before you can make a run on an external server. But it doesn't have to be successful, so it's enough to just encounter one ice and check out afterwards. A thing that a lot of people misunderstand. All right, we got ice in front of HQ, and we got a card installed in a server. Get out a Desperado. That's always a good start with Andromeda. So what is going on here? Desperado, let's pay the money. Dirty Laundry.
This is out of the last 4 games we've seen, 3 of them have had Jinteki.
Oh, damn! Look at this. This is Future Perfect. So we do the mind game, but I only have 1 credit. So he spends 2 credits to be sure. And I get the 5 credits from this, and I run on it. What do I do now? That's really tricky now. I really need to play my cards, but there is a 3-point agenda on top of R&D.
Oh man, you need to get in there.
Trying it again. Now I have the money. Now we can play the mind game for reals. And we're laughing like, whoa, another agenda. Where did that come from? I win this time around. That's a great way to start the game with a 3-point agenda scored. And I'm running on that little server of his. It's a mental health clinic, trashing that filth. I don't need no mental health. I'm healthy enough mentally.
Get that sick filth out of here.
Yeah. Alright. Discarding, of course, the card. 2 cards. Why did you discard 2 cards? Oh, because I did 2 runs, of course. But, of course, none of those will help me now. It was another Desperado, and it was a Blastcreed. Hopefully, Blastcreed doesn't help me. Alright, he just celebrity gifts. He shows me a giraffe. I see there's another agenda on his hand, and of course a Sundew.
Always the Sundews.
Always them Sundews. Of course, now I'm tempted to run on the Sundew, on his HQ to get the agenda. I mean, the Nisei. Don't know what the joke was right about now, but I swear it was hilarious. All right, I'm doing interestingly, so I'm doing a special order to get out a ferry. I want to be able to run safely. Nick, do you want to run safely as well?
I don't like safety.
You would just run naked on everything.
Yeah, I like my freedom, even if my freedom comes at brain damage.
It explains a lot of attitudes in America.
You know, if I want to run headfirst into a wall multiple times, I can do that. This is America.
don't want to be too America critical right now. It's all well. It's all in good humor, right?
You're
right, Nick.
You're going
right,
to
Nick?
Cuba. There's no goodwill from America.
That's
to you.
true. That's true. So I ran on his HQ, but found Eli there. He gets out Jackson Howard. Finally, the mat that I created for Jackson Howard finally has some use, relevance. By the way, short advertisement here. You can order this mat on inkedplaymats.com.
And if you really wanted to, you could make Jackson Howard's face into a card back. And you could have The World Is Yours playmat and Jackson Howard's face on custom sleeves.
I looked at the custom sleeves, but they have to be put in like special sleeve protectors. Like you have to double sleeve your cards. With
Yeah.
that.
This is
Not
like
ideal.
the people who buy the 51 cards, or the 51 identity cards, so that they can put the identity on the back of the sleeve that they have.
Yeah.
But then it makes all your decks twice as big. I don't know.
So I ran on HQ hoping to snatch that Nisei agenda from his HQ, but he didn't. I didn't see one. He uses Jackson Howard to shuffle cards back into... I guess I'm running on it? I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I'm running on it?
You didn't make the symbol that you were running on it.
That was hilarious. He puts me in the deck because he shuffled it, and I was about to access the top card. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm just about to cut this deck, not access any card. Alright, he draws cards. I guess he did the Jackson Howard because before he draws, so there's a chance that he gets some of the cards that he shuffled back in there. Look at this row of money there. Nick.
He is going crazy with the money.
He is going crazy with the money, and you're going crazy with your fan fiction. Don't overdo it, Nick.
I was looking at decks with the white tree because I was curious if there was a theme that the white tree decks all have.
They're usually more taxing,
Yeah.
but you have to have special eyes. For example, Eli is not ideal for white tree because you can bounce off Eli.
Yeah.
You want to have something like Tollbooth, where just approaching the ice is bad enough. Like you cannot just I'm not going to break it, end the run, and then I'm going to run on an external server. You want the runner to always to pay the iron price. I guess I'm always switching the meaning of iron price whenever I mention this.
It's
I'm sorry about
okay. I don't think old GRR knew what it meant either.
Man, I can't wait for the next book to come out.
You and everybody.
Seriously. Alright, I'm running on R&D. I'm seeing a card, but there's nothing there. And I'm looking at the card archives stuff, but there's also nothing interesting there. But still, I'm getting all the monies from Desperado, right? And I'm running on the card he has installed there. Sandu, get away! Go away, Sandu! But I'm fascinated. Oh yeah, he didn't res it because he didn't have any money to res it. Interesting.
A poor Jinteki is the Jinteki you want.
Yes. Oh no, he did have the money to res it. I don't know why he didn't res it.
Can't be bothered.
Usually you res it at the beginning of the runner's turn, so you get the money immediately for resing it. Strategy. So he's having trouble with ice. There's not much ice he installed there. Meanwhile, I have like Katie Jones, I have daily casts, I have Desperado, I have Fairy, I'm all set up. Alright, finally an ice. Finally an ice, Nick.
Now, some things can start happening.
Oh, second eyes as well. Whoa, let's get crazy. And he has the money to rest all that stuff. I mean, he is actually quite well money-wise. Doing quite well money-wise. Alright, I'm drawing up cards.
You better run.
Drawing up cards? No, I need to prepare, man, because if he's like setting up his stuff, I need my stuff as well. I cannot run on HQ on R&D unprepared now anymore. I need them tools.
You need them tools, but you're still running. Oh, wait.
Last click run. Whoa, how weird. Why did I do a last click run?
You're breaking your rule.
Oh, wow. I guess I saw that it's an enigma. Somehow I must have felt that it was an enigma. So that's why I did a last click run, so the enigma doesn't hurt me. Enigma, a great card for Jinteki White Tree, because if you, as I said, if you run into it and if you don't break it, then you lose a click, and you already need your clicks to run on the external server. So great card to have there. Yet another giraffe. That's, I guess, the third giraffe in this game now. Is it?
I think so.
Or a second?
I think it's a second giraffe.
I see that he has another future perfect on his head.
I think that you need that future perfect.
I think I will try to get the future perfect. On the other hand, you know, difficult. There's an Eli now there, and Eli is quite expensive to get through.
But how much money do you have on Katie? I guess you don't have much money on Katie now.
No, I don't have too much money on Katie. I just clicked her once. Money-wise, I mean, the Desperado is cool, but I would love to have more. Something like security testing would be good. Alright, I'm getting the daily casts money. I'm installing a Yogg. Sehr gut. So I'm running for free on HQ again, on R&D again. There's a Sandu, which I trash. And a Tsurugi. Oh. Don't want to see that ice. Don't want to fall asleep, cause I miss you, baby.
And don't want to miss a thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nick.
Wow.
That was an impressive Aerosmith impersonation. He thinks what to do now. He has a Tsurugi which he can install. I guess that's a Tsurugi now.
Mm-hmm.
And something else. He installs something behind. But you know, Tsurugi won't stop me. I have my fairy.
Yeah, but I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but if that's a future perfect, I think that your future is looking pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think he would play future perfect behind the Tsurugi now. I think maybe he plays some economy card behind there, so you know I have to sacrifice a fairy to get to an economy card.
Yeah,
running on HQ R&D for free, seeing a Jackson Howard, trashing Jackson Howard. Running on the server. It is in fact a Tsurugi, he reses it. But I am using the fairy to break it for free. And it is an Ash. Get away with that, Ash. We don't want to see you around here.
Get out of here, buddy.
Get out of here. Not going so well for Alex right now. I'm able to trash all his stuff.
He's just biding his time. Biding his time.
He's waiting for his ice defenses to go up, and there we go. And another ice going up on R&D. That's good. Oh man! And he even installs a uses interns to get Sandu back in the server protected by Tsurugi. That's not good for me, because now I cannot get through Tsurugi anymore. And yeah, trashing that Sandu will be problematic. And if I let Sandu hang around for too long, then he will get a lot of money. Sandu is basically like an eternal Eve campaign.
I'm rooting for Alex now.
But there we go, I have a very... Running on R&D, there is another Eli, thinking what to do there. I think I will bounce.
Late. But I just wanted friends. Eli's lonely.
Will I bounce? Thinking this through. Bounce.
Much thinking is happening.
And then I'm running on Sandu, sacrificing yet another.
Get that out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I sacrificed two fairies to that Sandu, so that Sandu really was worth it. But on the other hand, I'm trying to keep his money low. He is back to 5 credits only after rezzing that Eli. So I'm maybe slowly arriving at my goal. Oh no, never mind, he hedge funds.
You were so close. So close.
So close. Almost got him. Jinteki really is economically way stable now. Alright, he ices up archives even. Moves his game a little bit more into the view of the camera. Thanks for that. Drawing a card. And I'm thinking with my second click. Alright, getting another card. Need more cards. Third click is a parasite on the Eli there. Interesting, on the Eli. I want to have access to R&D, and he is low on ice, so destroying ice is certainly good, and Eli is probably the most taxing thing for me right now.
Yeah.
I have ways of dealing with the Tsurugi, but Eli... Well, on the other hand, actually Tsurugi is actually quite taxing. How would I get through Tsurugi? Huh.
Well, with Tsurugi, you have to run on one of the central servers in the first place to get through. So this is probably the most logical move for you.
Yeah, also with Tsurugi, it's like, when push comes to shove, you can break Tsurugi for 1. Because the other subroutines are just net damage. So if you really need something that is protected by Tsurugi, you can get in for very cheap. That parasite gets a token, and that server gets another protection and a card installed in it and advanced. Ouch!
Oh man, things are happening.
Things are happening indeed.
This game just got a lot more intense.
This Cold War just got hot.
This Cold War just got chilly. Yeah!
Drawing up cards. Looking for solutions. Looking for solutions. This fortress is getting set up slowly.
Yeah, I don't know if you can stop him at this point.
Not sure why I got that credit. But I'm clicking Katie. Oh, I got a credit and I clicked Katie.
Mm-hmm.
And he's able to score a Caprice. A Nisei Mark II. Some people call it also the Nisei train now.
Now you're going to be playing rock, paper, scissors for forever?
No, it's you can use a token on that to stop a run.
Ah.
So that's why people say it Nisei train in White Tree, because then it's like, people use the click already to run on a central server, then they run on an external server, waste all that money, and then he stops the run, so they have to run again, and then there's a Caprice Nisei in there, and it's like, let me score that thing, man.
Let me do something! My ball, my court, my rules.
My milkshake.
You're just a boy. I got my milkshake here.
Here's my yard. Alright, I'm getting out a data sucker. Where were you, data sucker? I needed you previously.
Sorry.
I was sucking on something else.
I was on vacation.
Alright, he installs a new server there. I'm guessing the... Oh, it's another Sandu. Oh. Look at this, Nick.
You just cannot get ahead.
He is doing quite well. But, still point-wise, I'm still ahead. I'm getting out a Fem. Fatal. Putting the Fem token on... Where do I put it? Put it on Eli. Not the best choice, but... Eli for 2 is probably the best I can do. Account Siphon. There we go.
Yeah, you can do this.
He reses a Quandary. He decides not to res the Quandary after all. That Quandary doesn't do any good because I have Yogg. Well, he does res the Quandary. At least one less money for me to snatch from him.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to.
And I am getting the money. I decide to get the money, even if it's just 6. He had only 3 credits.
It's 6 you didn't have.
No, it's actually 8. So he had 4 after all.
And you got tags. Uh-oh.
And I got the Desperado token, and I got 2 tags. Probably I will remove the tags, right, Krystian, right?
You're going to do the smart thing, Krystian, aren't you?
Will this be another game where I die? No, I'm removing the tags. And he's like, oh! And like...
Somehow, there's a Scorched Earth in his hand.
Or a closed accounts. That's a very popular counter to Account Siphon. Because it's like, Account Siphon, I'm stealing all your money. Well, there you go. Your money is gone again. Now we're both poor.
Good job, buddy.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Mutually assured destruction. It's the only way to go.
See, so many Cold War references this time around.
I know. Ooh, Femme Fatale.
Yeah, that's how I just got in, Nick. Alright, he's thinking. He's sinking like the Titanic.
I think they're going to ban us after this. The pun police are going to come and shut us down.
Puns. Yeah, we overdid it. I'm sorry. I'm taking the last one back. I show myself out.
This data has been sucked.
Oh, gosh.
No! That was a bad one. That was terrible.
Alright, Parasite ate through that Eli there.
I love you.
And R&D is wide open, but I find nothing of importance there.
Oh no!
Look at how nice he is. He reminds me that I should put a data sucker token on there, which I do. And I'm running on the Sandu, but it's protected by the wraparound. Wraparound. So that wraparound stops me dead. I really need a Fractor, so a barrier breaker to get through that. And until then, it's like ridiculous strength. Good choice for an external server at this point.
It just reminds me of the end of the book House of Leaves.
How does it end? I forgot. I read it.
It ends with him falling.
Oh yeah, falling from the cliff or something like this, right?
Nah, he falls inside of the house and he just falls for forever because the house has eaten him.
Yeah. All right, so I'm running on. Oh no, he overwrites that Enigma. That Enigma doesn't do him too much good now. He has to put in different ice in there.
He installs Wotan, the most unexpected ice in the history.
Nobody expects Wotan.
Whoa, Tan.
Sadly, doesn't have the money to res Wotan.
That's what you don't expect the fetal AI. It's coming next.
Oh, it is a Komainu. Breaking Komainu with Femme Fatale, no problem at all.
I used to do that in my Magic decks. I would run out of ideas for them, and then I would just put in 2 cards that if they happened to be drawn at that time, I would be like, oh, here's something unexpected.
Random cards.
Yeah.
Alright, so I trash a mental health clinic I saw on R&D. He still has his Sundu out there. Really need to find some way of shutting that thing down. Kuroda! There we go. That's a good way of doing this.
Oh man, you've got your whole suite out now.
And running this, breaking Kuroda for 1, getting credits, and then using 2 credits to trash Sundu. That's how we do it.
Oh yes.
I'm down to 0, but that Sundu is gone. Can't give him money again, and he's only at 2 money, so that's not a lot of money. A vicious exchange of blows right here.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to rein the corporation in, but the corporation wants to grow.
If they get too big,
it become impossible for them to fail.
Yeah.
Occupy White Tree.
Occupy the wraparound.
There's a lot of thinking going on. Man, look at this. Oh man.
This is like a battle of thought.
I want to give you some important details. I'm sweating bullets at this point.
That
because it seems like I might be doing well against Alex, and that's a big deal for me. And Alex himself is like really not sure. I think he had a really bad start for this deck.
Definitely.
He told me he has 24 ice in his deck, and he saw not a lot of ice at the beginning. So he'd install something in that server.
The game-winning card.
Not yet. I think he's at 2 points. Point-wise, that game hasn't progressed a lot.
2 to 3.
Getting a card. Second click. Getting a card. Security testing! Yes! Oh man. Thank goodness. And I'm clicking Katie Jones. Oh, damn. Alex advances a thing in his server. Nick.
He's
I think it might be it might be an agenda.
I think it's going to be an agenda as well.
So what now? How can I get into the server? So breaking Tsurugi is super expensive.
I think your only choice right now is to flip the table.
Putting the security testing on the Komainu server on R&D, in other words. Parasite, the Komainu. He killed my dogs, I can kill his dogs.
It's only fair.
Yeah. Alright, running the R&D, not accessing the cards because it has been security tested. I found out that the security was not good after I destroyed it. My security rating is 2 out of 10. Running on that server, it is a small dog, a pup.
Yep,
So this will be a very taxing server. 2 for the dog, and then breaking the Komainu, I guess with Femme Fatale?
Yep.
Femme Fatale? Is that Femme Fatale?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Oh, yeah, I do, but then he ends the run with his Nisei token.
Oh, that's just rude.
I know, right? I think that's another Nisei right there, so...
I think you would have been justified in flipping the table.
I told you, that's a Nisei train. He started a Nisei train.
Yeah.
But there's a positive thing. His R&D is wide open.
Yeah.
So he scored an agenda, but for what price, you know?
The problem is that if he hasn't been drawing ice this entire time, then more than likely you're going to be encountering a lot of ice in his...
I run twice on the thing, on the R&D, once for to get money and the second time to get the card, and it is in fact an NAPD contract getting me up to 5 points running again. And that's a mental health clinic, and trashing this one, I'm doing just shenanigans with this thing. And now I see another card, but it's another NAPD contract. I cannot score it anymore. It is too much money. Not enough money. Wow, almost had a game there. But now I know that he has an agenda on his hand.
But you don't have any money.
But now the happy days are over. He installs ice over R&D, and he installs something in his server. It is Jackson Howard. He uses Jackson Howard to draw cards. So now, of course, because of Jackson Howard, he can actually get rid of that agenda and put it in the archives. Yeah. And I think that was what he did. Huh. Difficult for me situation right now. Where are the agendas? Will I make him res the new ice? Yes, I will. Running on R&D, security testing R&D. Let's see how this new ice keeps me out.
Yep.
It doesn't. It's not. It doesn't res it. Running it again. No, running on archives. That's a pop there. Yep. But there's nothing of importance there. Well, there's something of importance there, but he uses Jackson Howard. Jackson Howard! My idea was to run on archives first, so when I now run on HQ, if he has any agendas in there, the agenda density will get increased, maybe? You know, Nick, we watch a lot of games, and we saw a lot of games where all the agendas were in our archives, and I ran R&D like an idiot. You might recall, right?
I recall, yes.
That was the second click, third click. Look at how many tokens I have on my data sucker. He doesn't have any money. R&D run. I win. Is that win? That's win.
It is a win?
It's game, Nick.
Oh my god, you won. This is good. You split it.
No, wait a minute. It's not game. Is it game? I'm not exactly sure. Is it game?
You guys are putting everything away.
It is game. It is game. I haven't realized it myself. Because I forgot the first agenda I stole was a 3-point agenda, and I haven't considered that. So that was 7 points for me, and I win the game. Wow, what a drama. You don't want a drama. What do you think about those games, Nick?
I want to see something besides Jinteki.
Jinteki has gotten quite popular indeed, but you know, considering how little of Jinteki we saw previously, it's just karma, you know.
That's true.
So yeah, let's see about that. I think we're gonna see in the next round we're gonna see Jinteki again, because it's going to be Alex against another opponent we haven't seen before. So I hope you will tune out next time, and until then, of course, as always,
heck, planet!
Hack the planet! Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Hack it! Hack all the planets!